on that lesson, I think it's a good time to go in and just say, not everything is for everyone. And hi, we're live.
We are. Wonderful. All right. Thank you for that. You know what? I think that's just good life advice, I think. I don't think we need anything extra for that. So, I forgot every word in my brain there for a second. Let's go with a good starting word. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. This is Nerds with Dice. Follow them on Twitter at NerdsWDice. Also, you can join Discord. I believe there's a link down below, or if not, there should be a command in the Twitch chat, !point Discord. I assume that's the one that takes you there, and you can learn stuff about the channel and things and what's it. I believe there are currently recruitments going on for the summer season, which is due to start in June. Hi, again, now I've done that. Hi, I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. We are going to be doing our season finale. Semi-impromptu season finale, because we all realize, actually, you know what, next week probably is not a good choice. So that's fine. If anything, it actually means we'll try and focus a little bit more. That's my logic. We will not get distracted by as many shiny things.
After we kept getting distracted coming in,
So
we need to go live.
For those of you that have been following us for a while and noticed that we'd constantly come in late, that's because we're on tears about things that we're just really passionate about, and we're just like, oh my god, and this and that and that, and it's 15 minutes late, and we're like, hey, we should probably go live. So
see, that's the thing. We say we should go live.
All of you, we're just,
we're just
shiny,
very easily distracted.
Yeah.
Look, we're a bunch of cats, and someone has put on a laser pointer distraction, and we cannot focus.
I have been described as Wednesday Addams meets Doug from Up, so make of that what you will.
Nice.
You know what? I see it.
I like that, yeah.
I love that. Yes, what we are doing, for anybody who does not know, we are playing our Kingdom Hearts tabletop role-playing game. We are using the Interstitial, our Hearts Intertwined system that is made by Riley Hopkins. You can find them on Twitter at RevRybread. Cue the bit where I say Rev like the Reverend, Rye like the bread, and bread like the bread. I just find that funny. I'm going to keep using it. Who needs new jokes, right?
If it works, it works.
Exactly. So that is what we are doing. I will try and give a recap of what has happened. You know what? This entire season, we'll do a full season recap. It's that episode where the flashback sequence at the start somehow takes more time than the actual content of the episode. Yes, I believe I've said everything about me. I've said everything about the channel. People, wonderful, wonderful human beings. Let us introduce them. Capjack, would you be so kind?
Hey everybody, I am Capjack, or occasionally on twitch.tv/CaptainJCross. I say occasionally, but well, it'll be happening sooner rather than later. That was part of the conversation we were having at the beginning here, is how to do more streaming. Mostly if you ever want to finish a game, stream it, because then you have to. Kind of how it works. Now, aside from that, you can find me here, of course, on Wednesdays, except for the next coming weeks as we're on a break, here on The Glorious Nerds with Dice, and on Thursday nights over on Dumpstat Charisma for Among Us. Hopefully this week we will be playing and having shenanigans, and that'll be great. That starts at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time or 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so up late, play, have fun. Yay! Outside of that, other things, stuff, and today, more importantly, I am playing the glorious, wonderful, the delightful cat that causes no problems for anyone ever and is sweet, innocent, and delightful, Sirish.
I love that, because that is exactly how a cat would describe themselves. Perfect. With that, we can move on over to Kay. Kay, who are you?
Hey, I'm Kay, aka Undead Kay. You can find me obviously here on Wednesdays, except, after this week for, a little hiatus until June. Yeah. You can also find me over on my Twitter, where I sometimes post things. I'm not big on posting in social media, but if you want to check it out, it's K_undead. You can also find me on my own Twitch channel by just searching Undead K. However, the streaming thing lately. I keep saying, yeah, I'm getting back into it, and then I'm like, oh, but real life over here. So I'll get back into it eventually, but I am still at least doing the Curse of Strahd game, where I am a professional cat herder. Professional. Yeah. But, anywho, today I am playing Xylene, and she's a little awkward, which works. And she uses the discarded playbook.
That is wonderful. Thank you very much for that. And finally, in that glorious makeup, we have Lauren. Lauren, who are you?
I am Lauren, at Sithwitch on Twitter, where lately I've been retweeting a lot of political stuff, but tonight I will also be going on about wrestling. So, hey, speaking of which, the makeup is Hikaru Shida from AEW inspired, and she just liked my tweet pointing that out, so I am very happy. Anyway.
You're famous.
Aside from being here on Wednesdays when we are playing, you can also find me on Sundays at geeks.live with Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., a Marvel Universe podcast. We are going to be talking the finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier this week at, again, geeks.live, 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern. And you can find pretty much everywhere I'm at professionally on my website, lwsalinas.com.
Wonderful. Thank you
Oh,
very
and
much.
I play Rissix, the mom friend mystic. That's kind of an important one.
See, I hadn't even clocked on the because I was so intently listening to everything you were saying. Going, this is good information. Yeah. Forgot. Forgot the thing about where we're playing people. They'll be fine.
What were we just talking about? About being easily excitable and distracted?
I don't know. Okay, let's try and do a full season recap with both as little context as possible, yet somehow being the most informative we possibly can. So, this season on Dreams of Nobody, our delightful team, 6 through 9, have been assigned a vaguely generic sounding mission to travel to worlds which seem to be harboring darkness, and find the darkness, root out the source, and eliminate it. The exact reasoning as to why, we don't know. The how, we don't really know that either. We just kind of show up and see what happens. The world we have been to and the darknesses we have vanquished is we went to the Muppet Theatre, where we vanquished the tie of surprisingly jacked Keyblade Master Vincent Price.
I still love that visualization. Just
So
Yeah.
good. So good.
So, I think that was one of those. You know, when you have those defining moments in a game where you go, "This is the tone." I think that was it.
Mhm.
Following that, we went to the Boiling Isles, where we defeated the darkness that had formed. It was kind of like a combination of darknesses formed from just the worst Keyblade wielder chosen. And my brain is doing a note. What is the name of the three-eyed pink girl in our
Oh,
house?
Basha.
Yeah.
Basha.
Yep.
Yes. So it was a combined darkness of arrogant, awful Keyblade Master and arrogant, awful high school teenager. You know, it was awful. But also, we got two young girls to embrace their queerness and hold hands. So, big success for everyone involved right there.
That was
And-
actually the job there, not even defeating the darkness. Just
Well, that is how we defeat the darkness. With gayness.
We made it gay.
And then the third place we visited, it started out. I love how you just have that. And see, I could, if I was smart and wasn't distracted, I would try and find a way to quickly make my lights go rainbow, but then I'll get too distracted. So I'll figure that out in a moment. Yes, the third place we went to. Originally, we assumed it was just going to be Gargoyles Peak because, hey, Gargoyles. And then as we explored deeper, we decided, you know what? This is just New York. So we went there, we interacted with the Gargoyles of Disney's classic 90s cartoon Gargoyles, and then we went and interacted with a bunch of X-Men from the 90s X-Men cartoon. We created Magneto Beans. And then we defeated the darkness, being right-wing propaganda in the form of J. Jonah Jameson and vaguely centralist Spider-Man, who was actually Harry Osborn.
Which I
Makes so
guess
much sense when
explained
you
a lot.
think about it.
Yeah.
It really does. So those are the missions we have done and accomplished. Now, the much more important bits we did was all our fun little in-between downtimes where... what did we do? We terrorized a member of the Union.
Number 2,
By just-
Sexless.
Sexless, yeah.
We terrorized Sexless and his, ruined his experiments and stole an experiment, who is now our beloved pet / arch rival Pudding. We
Absolute
interacted.
monster.
We interacted with a slightly aggressive but all around likable buff girlfriend, Zalkriv.
I peed in her
And-
shoes.
And then we also peed in her shoes.
I mean, someone did. Someone. Could have been any cat.
It was Pudding. Pudding did it.
Pudding did it. Yes, in fact, we did blame
Does-
Pudding. I remember this.
Does Pudding pee?
Details.
Did we ever figure that out?
Eh.
Anyway, not important. It's not important.
And then we also became best friends with just the kookiest old man, Texlob. And we became best friends because he gave us coffee. In
After
exchange
Pudding
for...
ate everything.
And then we wrapped off last time by going and interacting with a big tube that fell from the sky, in which HK-47 stepped out of, giving us access to the Star Wars universe to go and tinker and play with perhaps next season. Ooh, spooky. Or interesting. Or Star Wars-y. I don't know.
Look, we could do Galaxy of Fear, and then it'll be spooky.
So I believe that is the abridged version of the season. As of yet, there has not really been any form of overarching plot because we have been much more focused on character interaction. So, my vague plan of action is to now try and introduce a vaguely overarching plot. So,
And then leave on a cliffhanger.
exactly. All right. So, where we left last time is Siri was riding HK-47 as we dragged a big chunk of space metal back to our stronghold, our castle, our what is essentially an apartment complex for union workers.
At least at some point, we didn't have to listen to that grating sound anymore because a few inches off the ground.
Hmm.
Also, does
That's-
anyone want to roll a link for HK-47? Just throw it
Uh,
out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good, thank you. I have to reflexively do it for the +1, so...
I am going to try and roll lights.
Hey, look, I'm going to try and roll 2 now. What a crazy circumstance that is.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with mastery and just be like the one pointing out and being like, and this is this, and this is that, and don't let, and occasionally just being like, oh no, we're just gonna drop it. Okay, no, that's that.
Okay,
Got a
so
6.
Oh, nice.
got a 6. Let me check my notes. I know 6 doesn't succeed off the top of my head, but then I need to remember what the options are for when you don't succeed. Because
I want
thankfully-
to say the GM decides what the link is or something. Let me.
yeah, that
Yeah,
that sounds
GM gives you a link, but also picks one. Make move as hard as you want. Someone else gets a link.
okay. So it's 7 to 9 where the link isn't what you intended. Okay, so you can get your light link, and someone else gets a link. Okay, I think HK is going to form a dark link with you because HK only knows to assassinate, so therefore everyone is a target until otherwise stated. So that is what is happening there. Siri, how did your roll go?
Would have been a 9, but thanks to that +1 since somebody else made one, it's a 10.
Ooh, that's very good. So 10, you get your link. You get your link obviously, and your link move triggers because this is a light link, correct? So you get your link
No,
move.
it's going to be a mastery link.
Oh, mastering. Okay, so
Yeah.
what are you hoping to learn, or are you hoping to teach HK?
Series HK's master. It was registered, so I mean, come on.
Yes. So with that, yes, HK
I'd
will
like to lock
form
that one.
yeah, let's lock that on in
There we go. All right.
because HK is everyone's favorite companion.
Yup.
Anyone who says it's not is just a liar. So, yep, we'll lock in that mastery link there, and HK will also form a mastery link with you in return.
Yay.
And finally, Xylene, how's your roll looking?
Question: when we have that locked link with you, is that +1? Is it just for magic casting with Rissix, or is
I
it just mastery in
so.
general?
I think.
Okay.
Let me double check, but I think.
I think it's just a magic.
I'm certain.
+4 for use magic checks. Yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna be a 6 then.
Okay, so a 6. You can get your link. You're going to try and teach HK, but HK is also going to form a dark link with you because you are a potential target.
All right, cool.
Okay, wonderful. So I assume all of these links are formed as we are walking back to our apartment complex, which is actually just a big castle. When you arrive back, obviously you're there. I don't think there's like countless union members, so there's not like there's going to be like 20 people all running around waiting to greet you. But I definitely, you know what? Yeah, I definitely think that
There's at least 10 that we know of.
there is at least 10 that we know of. Now, I'm trying to debate who would be a funnier interaction here. So I will leave this up to you. Would we prefer an interaction with Sexless or Zalcriv? As you just arrive back with this, robot. Very much doing can we keep it?
Sexless?
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of
Well,
want
yeah.
sexless.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
been a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus,
Oh.
I mean, it means we get to say sexless over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I didn't realize when I wrote it out, and then I hadn't said it out loud. But it's so funny. Okay, so one quick question. Obviously, your initial intention was to go and get groceries. Did you get groceries? Or have you gone, no, we got this now?
I
You're
think we
doing
got
very
the
much,
robot and called it a day.
Yeah, we will
Very
get
much
food
doing a
shortly.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, I mean the grocery stores were still closed.
Yeah,
as
that whole thing needs to get
well,
lifted
so-
first, so like...
Yeah.
Okay. So as you just arrive back, you see you know what? Sexless is going to be standing impatiently outside of the door to your small apartment, and he seems to be tapping his foot, looking at his wrist, realizing he doesn't have a watch on, and then looking even more flustered and frustrated, and kind of rolling his eyes, occasionally knocking on the door. You're like, hello? Come on. I don't have all day. I'll turn and looking up, see all of you. You didn't report that you were... I've been here for what feels to be a whole week. And... Is that a robot?
We found him.
It's mine.
Followed us home.
Proposition, Master. Shall I murder the meatbag currently blocking our path?
No. They provide money so we can get food.
Sexless, I think, is just staring, jaw dropped, like someone just threatened to murder him. And you're gonna. Okay, well, I'll keep the robot. Not sure. Just don't.
Oh, we were gonna.
Put that big metal thing somewhere. I don't know where. So, fun, interesting little thing for you. Not so much for me. No, it is fun for me, actually. Yes. Due to your escapades on your various worlds, the director has desired a meeting with your team specifically.
Because we're that good at our jobs.
Sexless does not reply. He just kind of has his eyes open a little bit and go,
He just doesn't want to say we're that good. We are that good.
Yeah.
We're the best.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you don't
take-
have to be jealous. I mean, there's room for all sorts in this world. Yours is just, over there, away from me.
wow.
that shade.
Jesus. Even Sirius is like.
Do you want to roll convince somebody?
Yes.
Convince him to be over there?
Let's convince somebody. What role is?
Convince
Heart.
is. Yeah.
Heart. Ooh, okay, my lowest. Ooh, okay, that's a 9 minus character sheet. 9 minus 1 is 8.
Okay, so they'll do it, but I need some clear assurance or evidence first. I think the fact you have a robot carrying a giant gun who has
Yeah.
already threatened to murder him once. I believe that counts as some clear assurance or evidence that Sexless should not be here.
I'm just gonna be drumming my fingers against my jaw, waiting, making eye contact.
Sexless will kind of awkwardly stand there, kind of purse his fingers together and go, well, I need to go do science. Over there. Okay, yes, leaving. Director, meeting. In your own time.
Yeah, we heard you. Go.
Nice chatting. Bye.
As Sexless walks away, you see him kind of pause and go, wait, I'm the boss. Nope, not dealing with that.
I
Nope,
want to lock a
nope,
dark.
nope.
Wait.
Yes.
Money for food.
Oh, right,
yes,
right.
yes, of course. You should have mentioned soon. Get out, gets a wallet. I don't comprehend how money works in Kingdom Hearts because it's like little blue and yellow orbs, but somehow gives you a stack of that and starts to walk away and stops and pausing. And I go, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to. You know what? I'm not dealing with. Nope.
We're already walking in the opposite direction.
We should take this thing to Texlob.
Yes.
Oh right, yeah.
Can't believe that worked.
I can't believe it worked. It was just good.
Yeah, I'm locking my Dark Link with Sexless.
Okay. I'm liking it. I'm here for it.
I mean, it's hilarious. We have a heart link.
I have a light link with. Yeah.
There was a reason. I just don't remember now. Think it.
You know what? I want to lock that in because you know what? That's just funnier. Sexless loves Siri. Why not? I mean, who doesn't?
Valid question. Like that. I don't think anybody is incapable of not loving Siri, no matter how much of a shitty they are. Perfect.
I think I might actually go ahead and lock mine as well, because why not? We work together. It kind of makes sense not to spend that, like, permanently get rid of that one.
All right.
I'm gonna lock that for Zalgriff too. Why not? Here.
Yeah, just now we're all remembering that these mechanics exist.
there are mechanics to this game. What?
Barely. I mean, I'm sure other people use these mechanics really well. We go, but what if we just did gay stuff?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how
Look, it's
I
worked
wind up
pretty
my
well
bar.
so far.
I'm very happy with how it's worked so far.
We still
So-
roll the shiny math rocks, so you know.
Exactly. That is what matters most of all. All right. So they're still carrying this giant chunk of space metal. Are you taking this into your apartment? Are you taking this to Tex Lab? What is the plan with this?
I mentioned
Excellent, right?
I mentioned Texlarb,
Okay.
so
So we'll go and find Tex Lab. Tex Lab is tinkering away in his lab. Tex Lab is just the tiniest little bundle of joy and energy. He seemingly seems to bounce around his own laboratory. Don't ask how or why this tiny 3-foot tall man, but he's just bouncing around and somehow clambering up all kinds of nonsense. And as you arrive, he's 12 feet in the air, hanging off of some giant contraption, and looks down and goes, oh, wait, what you got there? That looks really interesting.
second cool thing we've brought today.
And we'll drop down and kind of scuttle along. And as he's scuttling, he does that little jump and heel click in the air out of pure excitement, as all highly excited prospector sounding people do apparently. And he walks straight past HK-47 to a giant tube of metal and goes, "Wow, would you look at that? It's big. It's metal. It's spacey. Also a cool robot. This." I assume you brought this for me to keep, right? This is mine now?
Okay.
Ours?
Did we decide that?
Do we need it?
I don't need it. I just want my
Oh, do we
TV
want to do
back.
an
It'd be really
exchange?
cool to have a shift.
We could do exchanges.
I can do an exchange. What do you want?
What you got?
Vaguely gestures to a room filled of what appears to be broken machinery. I can probably whip you up something. What you looking for?
Gummy ship?
Yeah.
I think I got the pieces to make one of them.
All right, we will trade you this thing for a totally awesome gummy ship.
Okay, now, do anybody have any blueprints or a specific design pattern? I'll have to make it, or I can just go ham and see what we come up with.
Okay, I don't have a plan. I don't know about y'all, but
Poke, poke, poke. HK. Do you have ship plans?
What? My brain. I'm so terrible at thinking of like the.
The Ebon Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think. I can't even think of a damn word. What is the word to describe words that HK says before he starts sentences? I can't think of them.
Oh,
Because it's not like adverb. It's
Query affirmative.
Descriptors.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to think
descriptor.
what the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know there's like.
I know there's like a whole umbrella term for that type of word, and I just can't think of it. And I'm just trying to think of what the correct one would be for HK to say at this point, and I think I'm just overthinking it. So we're just going to work under the assumption that HK said
Statement.
one of them. Yeah, and it was really funny when he said it. There we go. So that is, I currently possess over 200 ship blueprints to find possible weak points and entry zones for assassination missions, Master.
Okay. It's a lot.
Okay, it's time for Googling. Oh my god, hold on.
Just kind of go Google and find your favorite Star Wars shit. See, here I was
Maybe.
thinking that Rissix would try to argue, but it should be in the shape of pudding. For Siri to argue, just make it a cat.
Oh. I mean, pudding is not terribly aerodynamic.
I mean, okay, it might have been a while since you played some of the Kingdom Hearts games. These gummy ships are not aerodynamic.
Oh,
In
I
Kingdom
know,
Hearts
I know.
1,
It's just I feel like aerodynamic is a cool shape. Like very.
but you could also get a ship in the shape of a cactar.
oh, and they have weapons that are like rubber ducks and stuff. It's great.
You know the best part? Canonically, gummy ships are powered by smiles. That's how they work.
Oh my god! What
So,
kind of Monsters Inc. bullshit is this?
I mean, okay, I don't think that's literal, but
No,
I
no, I'm
believe-
gonna take it literally. They have somebody hiding in the back, smiling like, and that's it's like they.
I can't remember which game it is, but like I think Donald says it once, and kind of forces Sora to smile, and then later on the ship doesn't work, and it just so happens to be that it's right when everyone's really unhappy. It's like, is it canon that they actually run out smiles?
We just got like a Moogle in the back, feed it a sandwich every once in a while. It smiles for us.
well, that also kind of brings up the question because technically we are nobodies, so technically we don't feel genuine emotions. We're just good at faking it till we make it, sort of a thing.
Yeah, which is why we need a Moogle to power it for us.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
Pudding.
why-
Pudding can smile.
Pudding is nothing but smiles. I think
Well-
Pudding has to live in the gummy ship.
So, I want to point out HK-47 is kicking around during the Old Republic era, and Old Republic ships are so cool.
Oh, they really are.
Yes.
Because I've seen you've just posted the 6 ships from the Old Republic.
And I don't know how
They're
you
all
all
very
feel
good.
about bounty hunters. But the bounty hunter
Alright.
ship is pretty cool, although my personal favorite's the Fury.
I really like the Imperial Agent one, the Phantom.
Yeah, I like the Phantom.
Oh, it's so
the Fury
fancy.
is cool, but the
yeah,
Phantom's
yeah.
like just sleek.
Yeah.
And the inside is all like opulent and stuff. Oh, actually. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think,
Do we
Bark?
feel like we're leading?
Can we have a gummy version of that? Like it's super brightly colored and makes adorable sound effects.
Ooh, giant brain moment. What if you had all 3? Because you can have the main ship, and then you can have 2 teeny gummy ships. So you can have
Oh,
2
yeah.
tiny little versions.
Oh,
And they're like the weapon systems.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So you can get
I
all
do
3.
love it.
I do like that.
Mhm.
So, do we want the Phantom as the main ship, and then the Fury and the D5 Mantis as the two teeny ships?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Notice how he picked the 3 Imperial ships.
Yeah.
We're the good guys.
Look, I know they're the bad guys, but they have the coolest ships.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
You're not incorrect. Because, yeah.
Except for the X-Wing. The X-Wing's amazing.
X-wing is badass. But a
Okay,
Y-wing,
so-
the B-wing, the A-wing. Come on, why are we doing this now?
Okay, so confession time. I was that edgy hipster asshole who I was never that fussed about the X-wing, but for some reason the Y-wing, I don't know what it was. I was like, that one. I know it's not as cool and mainstream as the X-wing, but it's a Y.
I love that justification, but it's a why.
Yeah, no, I mean, hear you, but also consider TIE Interceptor just. Or TIE Defender.
See, I'm not gonna let myself get too distracted, but as someone who grew up in the 90s, obviously there was like a big Star Wars resurgence. I had so many of the like plastic action figures from the 90s era of Star Wars. So I had like an X-Wing and a TIE Interceptor, and I don't remember what we did with them. They must have got given to a charity shop or something, and I am so mad as an adult that these are gone because they would make such good decorations just to have around in a room, and I am perpetually upset at myself.
One of my grandmas actually still has my uncle's old Star Wars toys, like the ones that they were releasing when the movies were coming out.
I still
And I
got a bunch of
remember
those
like
kicking
playing
around.
with them with the as a kid. Yeah.
I have an old Millennium Falcon, I think.
Nice.
All right.
But shiny.
If only we knew. See, we all kept hold of our bloody beanie babies under the assumption they'd be worth money eventually, but somehow threw away the stuff which is now actually worth money. Oh,
Yeah.
oh dear. Children are not smart, and it's unfair. All right, so gummy shit. We'll get that. That will be our wonderful little gift for next time. Okay, and now you're giving me so many ideas, but now I need to start changing and tweaking plans. Okay, I've got that. I will make a note. I will work on what I can do with it. TextLab, he'll get that to you. He says he can get it done in about a day. Don't ask how or why. He is just that capable of what he's doing.
No argument here.
I have 100% faith in Texlab.
Same.
I had a thought and it's gone. It was there and it just passed away. That was it. All right, so that's agreed. You're leaving this big metal tube space jump with TextLab. You've got HK. You do know you have to go have a meeting with the director. You were not given a time for that, so you can kind of just go and do whatever until you go, we should go do that meeting. So do you want to do anything beforehand? Do you want to go and get HK settled, or is HK just coming with us everywhere now, forever?
I want to check the news on that TV Texlar got working and see if grocery stores have opened back up, because we still haven't eaten. We've had coffee, but no
Yeah.
food.
That is a very good question. All right, so you check the news. Sellers comes on again. She looks very confused. She doesn't really know why she's here. She will explain that, yeah, things are probably going to be up and running by the end of the day, most likely. So, you know, everything will be working in until that time. You know, maybe just try and order takeout or something. You'll be fine.
All right.
Mhm. We should find food though,
Yeah.
or
We can
order takeout. I don't know.
We don't mind.
order takeout to the meeting.
Oh my god. I love
That
how
is a power move.
that
It
is such a
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
See, now I'm trying to think, because I've now just created the idea of takeout. Who would be delivering the takeout, and what kind of takeout food would it be? Because I know,
I don't know, 'cause-
somewhere in my brain there's... I don't remember which Final Fantasy game it is. I know there's one, or maybe it wasn't a game, and maybe it's a meme, but I'm misremembering. There was some joke about like Kentucky Fried Chocobo.
Yeah. And it would be Zell, by the way. It would totally be Zell from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes, it totally would be.
Mm-hmm.
As for what, it's really kind of just up to whatever we decide, because in Kingdom Hearts 3, remember when you run around Twilight Town, you just have random takeout boxes just hanging out.
This is true.
But it could also be from Scrooge's restaurant.
There is Scrooge's restaurant. You know what? This is a group moment where we can decide exactly what food we order, where it is from, and then we can interact with Zell when Zell just shows up. So, what food do we want? So this is collectively, we're all just gonna torture ourselves and all end up getting takeout later because of this. So, what is everyone feeling?
Too bad I'm looking at the meals in Kingdom Hearts 3 now.
I'm just like, okay, I'm hungry. What do I want? Like in real life, which means I will then be hungry until we're done playing.
Let's see. I'm already prepared. I've
Oh.
already got a Chinese ordered, and it's going to arrive literally 20 minutes after we finish.
Oh.
I'm
Or
prepared.
if it's not Zell, it's Ignis from Final Fantasy 15, the actual cook.
Ooh.
Got a new recipe.
Oh,
I
which
need to
is
finish
where
the
I'm
game.
looking now. Yep, same.
It's on my list.
I can't
Good
think.
God, that looks amazing.
Insert arbitrary food here. Trying to look at things. I'm like,
Also, while we're having
Here,
this
I will
discussion,
post this.
I have seen Michi's comment in the chat, which I think is the biggest power move any of you could ever do. You order the takeout to the meeting room. So
Yeah.
15 minutes in, you have a takeout.
No, I am
arrives.
all in favor of that.
I love how it's not like a serious organization. Like, I think it tries to look serious, and people within it try to be serious, and then there's just you three, and it just makes me chuckle. Oh, yeah. Are we actually all just looking at video game menus?
Yeah.
yes, apparently.
I mean,
Oh, I'll tell you what, the salmon in a suit, freshly cooked salmon onigiri looks great for Siri.
Let's have a gander.
onigiri is really good.
I freaking love
Mhm.
onigiri.
I don't think I've had that. I haven't had it in a while, but it's so good.
I love.
I found a
you can-
place near me that has like all sorts, and it's so delicious. It's like, hey, it's the version I make is like tiny and not great because I'm not great at molding it, but there's this
So this is the stream now.
So we're
It is,
just looking at food. I'm sorry.
it is for very
Lunchtime
hungry people.
here.
For very
Oh,
hungry people
hungry.
looking not even at real food,
Ooh.
but looking at pictures
Specifically from the video.
of computer game food. and it's actually working. So
Ooh,
There's
I know.
also-
Okay. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think I know what Xylene would like. It speaks to me, so
okay. Now
fisherman.
here's also
paella.
here's the big question:
Paella.
who is in charge of calling up and ordering the takeout?
HK.
You realize that means I then have to do the scene where I talk to myself, right?
Okay, well, someone else can do it.
I feel like we'd. Why do I feel like we'd all be standing like around the gummy phone screen, just like shouting into it?
Because that's
Yeah,
exactly
that-
how.
that- yeah. Good God, I didn't realize there was so much food in this game.
Right? Has somebody made a Kingdom
Hell.
Hearts cookbook?
They should if it's not a thing.
I would not be surprised. You know, there I can
It's a whole
guarantee
section
there's
of cup
probably
noodle.
Mm.
fucking cup noodle. But
Hmm.
yeah, I would not be surprised because I remember there was such a huge, and this is going back, you know, over like 10 years or so. When the sea salt ice cream was introduced,
Yes.
Mhm.
there was so much like research and people went in trying to figure out how to make sea salt ice cream. And I think that is just a thing that exists now. Because as far as I'm aware, it's basically just like salted vanilla is like the generic go-to to try and create it.
That's
Oh.
what it's looking like, yeah.
But now I kind of want some.
It's like the Melody of Memory pop-up cafe in Japan. They actually did a bunch of Kingdom Hearts food, and they had the ice cream, and I think they put it in milk.
Oh.
Hmm.
So it's almost a milkshake at that point.
Yeah, actually.
Oh my
Which would
God.
actually
Right? Like a
We're
malted
so
milkshake.
We're talking food now.
I'm so hungry.
I know. Oh,
So you know what? This is gonna work out.
Making your own malted milkshakes is.
Okay, so because that's not a thing. Like, what actually is a malt? That's not a thing over here. I am unaware of what one is. I do not understand the difference.
The only difference between a regular milkshake and a malted milkshake is you use malted milk powder, which you should have over there, I would think.
We probably do. I just don't think it ever caught on as like a thing to make milkshake. Okay, that was just like I hear this, and my brain goes. I hear malt, and I think of Maltesers. That's all I think.
I'm
of.
pretty
Like,
sure it's the same kind of thing. It's what you make a Malteser out of.
Okay, that's really cool.
mm.
Yeah. You know that
I learned
like
something.
almost like toasted grain taste that a Malteser has? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's malt.
I learned. Look at
There you
that. Educator. Learning stuff today. Alright. So, who wants to try and order this takeout?
I guess I can.
Do we have a name for this takeout? You know what, let's...
Kingdom Hard Rock Cafe.
Okay.
It really will put him anywhere.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
I had-
god. No, that's so good because
Oh.
obviously the Hard Rock Cafe is known for, you know, putting its crap all over the walls. Kingdom Hearts is just putting crap all over the walls.
It sure is.
So there'd be like a gunblade and a Buster Sword and it's just everything.
Bunch of
Okay.
signed pictures.
All right.
Absolutely love this.
I'm so happy and yet sad that this doesn't exist. Disney, please buy this idea off. I know you own all these things, so you can't actually buy this idea off. But I will sell you this idea to put in your theme parks. People will go fucking nuts. All right.
Come on, Disney. It's not the weirdest thing you've ever done.
No.
No.
It's true.
All right. So, who is taking charge and who's gonna call up?
All right, I'm calling the Kingdom Hearts Rock Cafe.
All right. You ring. It rings. 3 times, 4 times. You hear a little bit of background music as someone has clearly picked up the phone but hasn't answered it yet, and it is playing. The music you can hear in the background is anyone who's ever spent time in a kitchen. There's always one person who decides the tone of the music, and usually they have the worst taste in music. And that is what's happening. And the music being played is like some really janky thrash metal that's not even like good thrash metal. It's like someone's garage band playing their own version of thrash metal.
You mean
And
the
the
Saint Anger
person-
album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking
The
said it.
person is determined, but it's actually really good. And the fact it's recorded on a low quality and not some high quality studio stuff actually makes it more like real. And so you can just get a little hint of that as before a voice finally answers, goes, yo, hello, what's good? It's the Kingdom Hard Rock Cafe. Yo, what's your order, man?
I want to place an order for a delivery to the director's office in 30 minutes.
Yeah, sure, cool. I don't know where that is. You know what? I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Okay.
There can't be many directors, right?
It's in the castle, top floor. The top floor.
Mhm.
Right?
Oh, that's what that. Cool. I thought that was like. Never mind. You don't want to know what I thought that place was. All right. Dope. What can I get you?
I want an order of curry noodles, and what do you want?
I'll take the Ciencia style sushi.
Yeah, so that
Mm.
and
The fisherman's favorite paella.
All right. So we got noodles with a side of curry. We got the sushi one. I know what you want, man. I just didn't write it down, but I know what you want. And the paella. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, Koopa Berry
yep.
cheesecake too. Cheesecake.
yeah,
Ooh,
cheesecake.
yes.
Three cheesecakes.
All right. So, pro tip: if you order 4 cheesecakes, it means we actually have to make a batch of 6. So then I get 1. So if you do that, that'd be really cool.
Extra slice of cheesecake.
Pudding can have it. Yeah, let's do an extra. Let's do 4.
All right, cool. Because we have to make them in batches of 3. So if you order 4, we end up having to make spares. So just pro tip for the future. Kill. All right. Yeah, I'll get that ready. Most of it's basically done. Yeah, we phone's been off the hook all morning, man. It's like the stores got closed or something. Wild, huh?
Yeah, wild.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a name? Do I need a name? Because do I just walk on in?
Yeah, the name is Rissix.
All right. Dope. I'll yeah. I'll get it to you in 30 minutes, give or take. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you for ordering from Kingdom Hard Rock Cafe. Kill.
Yeah, just great day. Yeah.
Bye.
Well, that's done.
So do we wait for 20 minutes before going to see the director?
Okay, so here's what I think. I think we should wait for 15 minutes and then go in. And then, so maybe halfway through the meeting, or we can wait 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So, yeah, part of the way through, we get our food.
And that way, if the director is yelling, I mean, not that they would be yelling, then they can't yell in front of, like, company. That's rude.
An excellent suggestion, Master. Such a blatant display of power will surely throw off this director, making them vulnerable and easy to assimilate.
So we just hang out for 25 minutes and that way after the awkward pleasantries, that's just when the food gets here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
So, during these 25 minutes, just hanging out, does anyone have anything specific they would like to
Wait,
cover?
36, call them back.
Oh, okay.
Tell them the order is for the director.
Okay, yeah, I guess that fourth slice can be for the director. I mean, don't say we never did anything for them.
Yeah, but just tell them the whole order is for the director. I have a plan.
Is your plan to
this-
get them to pay for it?
Yes. And that way we can be like, oh, you're treating us. How nice of you.
You know, that is an excellent idea, and I'm going to do that right now.
Okay, so we can either actually have this in or we can
No, let's
just... yeah. Alright, so, yeah, that gets done. Is there anything else you would like to cover in this little time gap of waiting?
Probably clean the kitchen while waiting because it's still in disarray from all of our food being eaten.
Okay. So, one thing I wanted to note and address is I assume HK47 is kind of just walking around and seeing what's going on in this area. And obviously, this entire apartment complex was designed for 6 through 9. When the appropriate moment comes up, HK would, address their master. Query, master. The designation of this habitation is for 6 through 9. I only count 3 people. Is a person missing from your company?
Six.
Yeah.
Who's the missing one again?
Number 8, right?
7.
7, yeah, I think it was 7.
It was 9.
I have it. Oh, I have my notebook back in here. I have it written down.
Oh goodness, what was my number? I don't even. Where's my notes?
That's the
No,
easiest
number
to
8.
remember.
Number 8 is the one who's back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which number are the two
yeah.
of you again then?
Okay, I have that written down too.
I just got my notes up.
I am number 6. Siri is number 9. And Xylene is number 8, but then it said that number 8 is missing, so number 7 is the one who is missing. Y'all.
Hey, it does work out. All right.
Okay. So, obviously, HK brings it up, addresses. What is the feeling? What is the emotional level in the room when this gets brought up?
Rissix is going to do that thing where she pretends that she didn't hear, but something is very clearly, like, not okay.
I feel like Siri had never met 7.
Okay. And Xylene, what is your feeling?
Xylene will just sort of pause while, because she's been cleaning the kitchen, so she's just gonna, like, stop completely, pause for a moment, eyes will go wide, and then just be like, look down, notice a spot on the counter, and just be like, yep, that needs cleaned. Awkward clean. Clean, clean, clean.
Observation. Believe things have been made uncomfortable. Apologies, Master.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Unless anyone's going to start from HK, will start to bioanalyze why things are uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay, we get it. It was rhetorical. Shut up.
Apologies.
Don't know why it's awkward. They never talk about them.
Is
So,
HK capable of
Who
whispering?
wants lunch?
Lunch, yeah, that's the thing that's coming soon. Coming very soon. We should start heading up, top floor, long way away.
All right. So with that, is a fairly quiet ascension up the stairs to head to the director's office.
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
Well,
First of all, just want to do like a quick little check-in because I'm not sure if Lauren, you're just doing a fantastic job of acting right now.
Yeah, sorry, no.
No, that's wonderful. I'm just double checking, making sure that this is just acting and this hasn't actually brought anything.
Yeah, no,
up.
I'm good.
Good. Always good to double check.
And I appreciate that. Thank you.
So long. It's actually not that long of a walk, but due to the heightened emotion and severe level of repression that's occurring, these things always feel like 20 times longer than they actually are. You'll ascend a set of stairs, and then you'll wait. There's a small elevator, which is it's a little bit too small. It's clearly really undesigned for like one person, but you can all kind of like squeeze in maybe, and that slowly takes you up. As you go up, you actually find yourself like almost outside of the building as the elevator seems to like leave the building itself, and you can see like the entire castle. You can see the entire town. Pardon me. And it's a very strange feeling to feel so high up, whilst because it's a very beautiful sight. Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden is a very beautiful, serene-looking area. It seems to have like a very pleasant, perpetual like sunset going on in the background. As there's this wonderful like deep blue crystal structure around the bottom of the entire area. So I personally find it to be an incredibly beautiful scene and just world. So it's really juxtaposed and have this very beautiful, serene-looking area, whilst there's clearly a lot of very serious feelings going on. Rissix, what thoughts are currently going through your mind as you are taking this very long elevator ride up?
Mostly I'm mentally grumbling about the nosy robot. It's one of those things where like your mood's starting to spiral and just get worse the more you think about it. So by the time that I get to the director's office, I'm just going to be in a pretty foul mood.
Okay. Xylene, what are your thoughts and feelings during this long, awkward elevator journey?
I am trying to actively think of anything but. So it's like, when you've been confronted with one of those situations where it's like something you don't want to talk about, and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna try to think of literally anything. So brain is just kind of playing through various scenarios that the director, like, is the director actually happy with us? Could they be mad? Could, you know, oh, I hope the food's good. I wonder if they wrote down the right order. It's literally everything but.
Okay. And then Siri, who has no idea what's going on, I think is just happy to be here.
Food, 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 food. That is the process for Siri. Yeah.
Okay, so the elevator eventually arrives at this top floor area, which is it is outside. You find yourself on this very large open like courtyard that's raised up above everything else, and you can see there is a huge doorway. It's needlessly extravagant. It is very over the top. It's exactly what you think when you think of classic evil villain headquarters, secret special area type vibe. I assume you approach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have we been to the director's office before?
Not very often. Perhaps maybe only once or twice. Usually messages come through Sexless. It's very rare to interact with the director themselves.
So this is a weird scenario. Cool.
Very much so.
Yeah, I'm too pissed off to be and disgruntled to be intimidated right now.
That is a very powerful position to be in. I feel I can just get the vibe that just even vaguely being anywhere in the presence of Rissix right now, you go, that's a powerful woman right now. Do not mess with that. Okay.
Is there like free seat? Like, how is the?
So, as you approach the giant doors, they all like open the tiniest little amount. I mean, when I say giant, I mean easily 20, maybe 30 foot high. So towering above you. They don't even have to open fully. They just need to crack open, be wide enough for you to walk into. And as you walk in, the inside is, it's almost reminiscent of like a chapel, I would suppose. So there's large stained glass windows from behind, and they are just showering light on the inside. There is a single large, like, white throne, which seems to have, it's very much going for the monochromatic black and white aesthetic, with the light from the windows kind of shining in.
Sorry, I was just thinking Joanna Gaines decorated this.
Look at the shiplap!
Shiplap everywhere. Sorry.
No, I'm here for it.
Look, I hit 30 and then just got really into HGTV. I can't.
Nearly there. We've got a few more years. Oh gosh, well, yes. So it stood a little bit in front of this throne is quite a large, intimidating figure. You know, probably maybe 12 foot tall, cloaked, head to foot, black, stereotypical organization cloak, hood over, no sign of anything in there, and just stood with this. It appears to be some kind of projection or some magic mumbo jumbo, as there seems to be a large, glowing purple heart that they seem to be observing. Their cloaked hand. Well, it's where the arm would be. You can't see a hand because the sleeve overlooks it, but they seem to be gesturing and almost like muttering to themselves as you walk in. And immediately they cease what they are doing, wave their arm, and the heart disappears. They go, good. 6 through 9.
What?
Please. Take a seat. with that, they gesture their arm, and 3 thrones appear. Interesting little fact, and you'll get a moment here to describe it. These thrones are designed specifically to suit your character. So they'll have an insignia, they'll have like the crown of the throne will be designed in such a way specifically for you. So, Rissix, how does that look?
It's kind of a dark wood. The way that I'm thinking about it is very reminiscent of like the Night Elf area from World of Warcraft, like that sort of aesthetic. Like it looks more like it's been grown than carved. There's like vines up it, and a big comfy cushion that's in like a nice deep green shade.
I like that. I like that a lot. Xylene.
I would say it's one of those, the like where it's a nice chair but not ostentatious. So it's just your basic, has the arms, has the back and what have you. Little bit of molding, just to make it look a little bit nicer with some filigree, and I would say it's like probably like a deep, I'd say maybe a cherry finish, like a cherry wood. And just to kind of play into, I'm actually going to say that the seat is a black and white plaid, which is totally not a call to Riku at all. Totally not.
And Siri.
So when you think of like a plush chair, it is just ultra overstuffed, just super soft. The arms of it are scratching pads. And so is the back. And it has like a dangle toy coming out from the side, so you can do a little bit of batting if you're bored. And the crown of it, and it's made of like really sturdy cardboard. So basically it's like it was made out of a cardboard box. And the crown is just these 2 giant cat eyes and this big old smile.
Okay. So now this is, you know what? Yes, I think the director is kind of that ever so slightly insensitive / lacking basic human emotion. They did still do 6 through 9. So there will be a 4th chair. Now the question is this chair, does it have any design aspect to it? Or is it just covered in a black tarp?
I'd almost say like a black velvet cover.
Or is
like,
it
and that
like
one
the
kind of like
concept of a chair that's not formed yet or anymore?
Oh yeah.
like velvet and like that kind of black on black brocade look.
I like that. And obviously, since these were just created, pulled out of existence, I feel like it's kind of, as Campbell said, it's there, but not quite there. It's, if anything, it'd be a like really haunting thing to look at, as if to go like, we know a person is meant to be there, but they're clearly not. Wow, we're hammering this in today.
Hashtag deep.
We have layers.
Yeah.
Like onions or ogres.
Cakes have layers.
Parfait.
What were the first 2 movies still masterpieces?
I've not watched them in so long. and I know when I do, I'm never gonna like get those quotes out of my head. It's taken, you know, nearly 20 years. All right.
My little
So
cousin, who's now a firefighter, for like a whole year, the only song that he knew was All Star. So he would just sing that
Oh,
over and over and
no.
over again. It was really cute.
so really, your little cousin was just like 10 years ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
The All-Star memes.
Yeah, no, way ahead of us all.
All right. So I think what we will, the scene we will end on before taking a quick 5-minute break, or give or take, is obviously the chairs are all summoned. I don't know if you will take a seat or if you're going to stand and be defiant. I'm not entirely certain what your vibe is. But the director will then turn, still fully cloaked, not revealing a single aspect of anything of who or what they might be. It's time for your quarterly review.
I'm just gonna kind of
Circle,
sit
circle.
down.
Need. Scratch. Sleep.
I'm gonna plop down in in my chair, kind of kick my legs over so they're hanging off one of the arms, cross my arms, and just be like, ah, great.
I'm leaning against mine.
Okay. And with that, we can take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, however long it takes us to go. I assume everyone's going to have to go order food, right?
I need a snack.
Real thing.
I almost feel like I'm gonna have to go like make a sandwich or something.
So we'll be back real soon. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
It's in. In fact, we are in. We're in right now.
It's
This is
right
us.
now.
We're here.
No.
Ah.
Okay. Well, with all of that,
It's cold.
welcome back, everybody.
Go.
It's a lot more fun to just jump back in, because if you think about it, you've got to, like shake it out and do all those, high school theater nonsense and go, ooh, like, no, get in, just
Ride that energy and just.
So, where we left off was the start of Team 6 through 9's quarterly review, and the amount of like power games going on right now. Now, this is a serious meeting with an ominous figure, and you're all just like, well, I'm gonna kick back in my chair. Fuck my chair. I'm not sitting in this chair. We've got takeout on the way.
We're professionals.
We're
I-
such professionals.
I love this.
Hmm.
So we're just gonna jump straight back in. We quarterly review. Everyone kind of went, Risset's going, what do you fucking do? With that, there's probably just like a moment's silence before the director lift our arms, make magic happen. Clearly, an incredibly powerful conjurer of sorts. Strangely enough, Risset uses a lot of her magic through like color and all of that. This is not too dissimilar, except instead of all the different colors, it is very black. It's almost like globules of ink that take form and morph and change and warp into whatever the magic is that is taking place. What's that wry smile for, Captain?
What? Nothing. Yet.
Yet.
It's Cat. What do you want?
Yeah. And in doing so, they drag this out and they kind of create. It's one of these things that I love the aesthetic of, and I think it is one of the coolest little things you can do, like artistically. Like when you create like a little a diagram, not diagram's not a word.
Diorama?
Thank you. It was dire something, and you find it a lot in TV shows and movies when they want to do like essentially a little sequence. Usually they cut away like an entirely different animation style as they do it, and it's basically that, but created from this weird, viscous, gloopy, inky mess. And what they do is they kind of create all these different worlds, and you can vaguely recognize them. So you recognize like the Muppet Theater and New York and the Boiling Isles. And the director begins to speak. He goes, so far, your work has been successful, but incredibly inoptimal. Your bumbling nature running through the theater, whilst amusing mayhaps, left you open to perhaps a very dangerous situation. Vincent Price is no person to be trifled with, and if he had sensed any form of malice inside of you, he would not have hesitated to strike you down. And yet, you charged in and didn't think twice about the Keyblade Master. What did you learn from this?
That Vincent Price has a fantastic chest and can swing a keyblade like nobody's business.
And those abs.
Abs for days.
Mm.
Not the answers I was searching for.
Yeah, well, we're all a bit disappointed and not getting what we want today.
You know what? It's probably
Jingle.
probably not a.
Jingle. Jingle. Bet, 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 bet.
Are you done?
Jingle.
The director then kind of like seeing that this plan isn't working, they just kind of dissolve the Muppet Theatre, and then they bring the focus to Boiling Isles. Again, you encountered a Keyblade Master, which I am not entirely certain the idea of goading someone with the not only ability but strength to destroy you, goading them into a rage, whilst yes, seems to have been successful. What was your plan if one of you had have been stricken down? What was your plan if this wielder hadn't been so incredibly flawed of a human?
I mean, I probably wouldn't have set her up on a date, but
The first one or the second one?
I was talking about the angry one, but also that. That's the next question. We talk about you just. We'll circle around to that. That's the second part of this place. Yes, you seem to have. I am uncertain if it is respect or fear that you lack for your adversaries at times. Does this not raise concerns?
So about the meat-headed one? The tactics that we chose were enacted due to the fact that we observed our target, we realized their weaknesses, and we exploited their weaknesses in order to defeat them. That is kind of what we do.
It wasn't our first encounter with the guy. We'd seen him before, and kind of easy read is the nice way of putting it.
Whilst it is not a tactic I would advise, it clearly worked, so we can't really reprimand you for such actions. However, you passed on the power of the Keyblade to a literal child.
oh, come on, like that's the first time that's happened around here.
Well, no.
I mean,
it
it's
happened
normally
often.
children, yes.
Yeah.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
you held in your hands the opportunity to claim one of the most sought after and powerful weapons in the known sphere of reality. And you thought, no, this hyperactive, endearing child should have it.
Well, I mean, if you'd been there, she did have the cutest smile.
I see a raised paw.
No, Eileen first.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, our job wasn't to collect keyblades. It was to get rid of the darkness and we did our job, so I don't see the problem here.
Was going to mention that. Unless the job has changed, you're yelling us for doing our
Yeah.
jobs. Has
know
the job
what?
changed?
Not yet.
Okay.
He just likes feeling important.
I
So
don't know
why
what
would
else.
we keep a thing that's not part of our job to collect?
It's more a query into your.
We took it
Excuse me,
off
isn't-
obnoxious, uncontrollable asshole. Gave it to impressionable child who likes us. They owe us favor for later.
I
Yep.
was
Same
going to
with
reprimand
Vincent
you.
Price. 2 Keyblade Masters now owe us favors.
Well, I was going to reprimand you for your lack of foresight and, individual. I'm bad at, businessy sounding words, and I can't think of the one I'm meaning.
Synergy.
Whether. No.
Yeah, when in doubt, just
Blue
throw
sky
in
thinking.
Just say synergy.
The
Shift
one
in
I'm
the
going
paradigm.
for,
But not the paradigm
is-
shift. That's
where they want you to plan to do things, but you haven't been asked to do because it.
Oh,
Could
going
be-
above and beyond,
Yeah,
Above and
essentially
beyond.
that.
thinking
That
outside
one.
the box.
thinking outside the box.
Yes.
God, please.
So, I was going to reprimand you for your lack of outside of the box thinking, but
I am
clearly you-
literally in a box right now.
valid point.
Scritch, scritch,
Wow.
scritch, 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 scritch.
With that, they move away Boiling Isles and bring up New York. Yep. Now, this clearly did not go as planned.
Oh, I'd say it went better.
That is a matter of opinion. Whilst you didn't follow the obvious track, you seem to have rooted out potentially a greater darkness, which I can't scold you for, but I can remain curious as to what was the plan? How did you go from
1 second. The food's here.
No, we don't mention it. Oh no.
I mean, in my mind, what was going to happen is just after the New York one.
Okay.
You know,
No, I Rewind.
love the idea. No. Let's do it. Risix says the food's here, and at that moment, Zell from Final Fantasy VIII got a little baseball cap with Kingdom Heart Rock Cafe. Just kind of walks in. He goes, "Hello, is this like the director's office?"
yeah.
This is
Put it right there.
Director, you got us
How
food.
how
You're my
nice of you.
favorite.
there. If you could see the director's face, you know that would be
Just feel
Like,
the glare.
brown glare, and this cloaked, mysterious figure just turns, looks at Zell, who's got his face tattoo. And you know what? If anyone remembers the FMV sequence that introduces Zell, where he does the round off, back handspring, back tuck into thumbs up, where you're like 99% certain it should say Mentos, the fresh maker, right afterwards. Zell just does that. Goes, yeah. With
that
the little
90s ass fuck
little-
boy.
I-
Hmm.
Zell, I think, was prototype fuckboy.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's amusing because I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII currently on stream every
Nice.
Thursday. I'm working through it, and it's just been non-stop. It's why Zell has this awful voice. So he just gives a thumbs up as this been shrouded figure glaring at him. He goes, "So that'll be like $129.99."
Looking at the director.
Director awkwardly
Thank
like
you for
shuffles.
treating us.
You see the director kind of get one of their cloaked arms and kind of like goes inside of their cloak. When I say goes inside, like they don't open their cloak; it just like goes inside. It like the director is not a corporeal being, as it were, and you see that just like arm glops inside of his own body, pulls out. Okay, what kind of wallet? I think it has to be like
Hello
the
Kitty?
worst kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this bright pink Hello Kitty.
Oh wait, can we get away with that? Hold on. Well, no, they've done crossovers. Sure, why not? Sanrio, please don't sue us.
You know what? You know what it could be? Who remembers when Disney was desperately trying, and I think it was vaguely successful, I don't remember how much it was, but Disney did this big marketing push to essentially try and turn Tinkerbell into Disney's
Oh,
equivalent
yeah.
of Barbie.
Yeah, the whole like Pixie Hollow and stuff.
Oh my
kitty,
god, in the early noughts, just so many girls with
Like, just
Tinkerbell
trying-
stuff everywhere.
Well, that's it. It was just
Tinkerbell
trying to make.
cars.
Oh my god, that's the thing.
I remember that.
But I just recall like they were desperately trying to make Tinkerbell like Disney's Barbie. Like they wanted it
Yep.
to have a TV show and this and that. So I like the idea that it's like that. It's it's Tinkerbell and just kind of pulls it out and goes. It doesn't even walk, doesn't move. It just kind of floats over a stack of money and puts the wallet back and goes, "What? Enough about hobbies or interests."
No one said anything about you.
No one said anything.
I'm just gonna like make eye contact and slurp a noodle.
Is it? Please tell me it's about real slow, like animated slow, where like
yes,
as you finish, it kind of like
absolutely.
hits the side of the mouth a little bit, comes right. Perfect.
Oh,
I'm
director,
gonna.
that looks like a piece of cheesecake for you.
Leave it on the side. I would like that cheesecake.
I'm gonna hold up my takeout box and just be like, "You want a piece of shrimp?" All right. Well, it didn't hurt to offer.
Now, where was I? Yes, your
Amazing job in New York, yes.
accidental foray.
I believe you were
into
about
a-
to say thank you for doing your job so well.
Oh, and getting this book. Holds up book.
You still have the book.
Why wouldn't Siri have kept it?
I mean, nothing was ever mentioned about giving it back.
Yep.
Very
This
true.
is true. You never said we give it back. You never like no one asked for it back. You just took that.
Yep.
And
Souvenirs.
Souvenirs from New York, a TV, and a book.
the director just kind of looks and goes, "You realize I'm gonna have to take that, right?"
Nope.
I'm going to have to take that.
Nope.
Give me the book.
I'll make you a deal. There's 4 of us here right now, right? Well, 5 of us. All 5 of us. Counting the robot.
At this moment, I think Zell would be like just trying to get through. Like, I can't figure out how the door opens.
6 of us.
Can I? Oh, okay. Oh God. Can I roll magic? I have an idea.
Please do. Show us what you got.
Oh, damn, it didn't work. It's, well, maybe it's an 8. 6 plus 2.
8. I believe you can pick one with 8.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's one with 8. And, yeah.
I want to create a hole underneath.
Just ah!
Just portal. Still making direct eye contact with the director, just
Yeah, 100%.
Right, back to 5.
The director just... I mean, everything the director does is deadpan because they don't have a face. So they just nod, awaiting you to finish what your plan is.
There's 5 of us. Let's all vote on who gets to keep the book. Whoever gets 5 votes keeps the book.
You act as if this is a democracy. This is clearly a hierarchical structure. We have numbers. And
You're right! So you should have 5 votes.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
Deal! Gonna roll something real quick. Alright, that is...
have I mentioned today that I love y'all?
That is a 7.
What are you trying to do?
I'm using my new skill, Dance Water Dance.
Okay.
What?
What happens?
You focus your energy inwards and create clones of yourself.
Uh-huh.
Oh! Let's see. On a 7 to 9, you create 3 clones that move as a unit. Okay. So... there's now 3 more... series. So there's 4 of them total. All in favor of Siri keeping this, raise hands!
HK47, right? Like, just like whole arm.
Charlene,
Doesn't
Charlene.
go forward. It warms.
I'm gonna like do the half raise where it's the non-committal. I'm voting, but totally not noticeable.
That's 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Right, that's 7 votes. Raise your hand if director gets to keep book.
Director just moves New York away. He goes,
Like I was saying earlier, identify weaknesses, exploit weaknesses. This is why you put us together as a team. We are very good at what we do.
yes. Now, whilst I do not fully condone, really even comprehend the vast majority of your actions, I can't argue with results.
Mm-hmm.
And I will commend you for what you have done. The hearts, power we have collected through both your destruction of the darkness and through the connections you have made. An ability most of our union seems to be lacking. Do you know why we have formed together in this manner?
No idea.
Poor
Because
cat
we're all
shaking their
so
head.
adorable and we make each other all look cute by the properties of addition.
I mean, partially that one, yes, but that's a side benefit. The primary function of the Union was to collect power. And power comes in many forms. Some abstract, concepts and structures that exists, and some very literal, such as our magic. And probably the purest form of power is that of hearts. The director pauses there, assuming there's going to be a quip.
I'm busy eating my paella.
Oh, go on.
Nom
You
nom
seem to
sushi,
be
nom
on a
nom
roll
nom nom
there.
nom nom.
It's, I had mentally prepared for a quip. Never mind. Now, through the power of hearts, what I hope to achieve is a way for us to return to where we once were, to return to our full selves. Now, thanks to your work and your what's the word I'm looking for? Unconventional. Why can I not remember unconventional? That's embarrassing. Yeah. You're
It's rather unconventional.
Your unconventional work ethic. You have revealed unto me a new way to collect power. And I would see that this be carried through.
That's hard, no opposable thumbs.
Moving on, ignoring that comment.
You said you would have prepared for a quip.
Just like nodding towards Siri and just
Doing what you asked.
I love this group. Okay. I was somewhere. I forgot where I was. Yeah. Now, for what feels to be nearly a century, I have not even considered this source of power, this friendship, this connection with others, and how it can be used.
Good and tell.
Yes, ha ha ha. The ominous figure doesn't know how to make friends. How original.
We're trying. Know what? I want to roll a light link with the director.
Yes! Do it. Do it. Do it.
That is a 10. And it's my lowest stat. That's nice.
Nice.
Oh, damn. Lowest stats. You get to mark experience, don't you?
Sure do. And give somebody a... who doesn't have a world link for me right now?
I believe Rissix used hers
Yeah, I
last
used- Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one, Xylene?
No, I do not.
Take one. Your turn.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I want to roll
So-
a dark link.
Okay, yeah, roll that dark link.
It's 5.
You know what? I definitely feel that a dark link is the most appropriate here. So you will get a dark link, but the director is also going to get one in return with you. This definitely goes both ways.
Hmm.
Like the director can sense that there's something going on here, and director is clearly not above being petty and spiteful in return.
As
Xylene,
always,
you joining?
everyone loves Siri.
Yeah, I want to go for a heart link.
Ooh, what are we hoping to learn? Or what insight are we hoping to get from the director?
I feel like it's like one of those, anytime you see the director, you just kind of like need a minute to do some self-reflection, especially like with the fact that these chairs, you know, come up and this, that, and the other. And with mine being kind of lacking in any sort of, you know, flair or anything like that, it's almost like there's something missing.
Hmm.
So it's that self-reflection, trying to figure out what it is she's missing.
Well, damn.
So yeah.
Okay,
Getting
yeah,
deep.
go for it. Getting
That is a 8 minus 1, so 7.
7, you do get the link. Just your link move doesn't trigger.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah. So we're all getting our links with director sorted. All right, wonderful. Okay, so the director was talking about how making connections is actually a very powerful tool. It is a power that they had never contemplated. Yes, that is where I was going. Now, collecting power will help us work towards our ultimate goal, which is to return to how we once were. I believe I have come across how we do this. Now, what it will require from each of you is deep introspection and to root out any lingering darkness that is tethered to you in some way, shape, or form. Do you feel up to this task?
I need a nap first.
There is time for naps after this meeting.
But before introspection. Okay, yeah, that worked. Food, nap, introspection. Very important.
You know what? Fine. Yes, you can do the introspection in your own time. I would ideally like to have done it now, but fine. I have learned better than to argue with you, Siri.
You know what? Fine. Let's do it now. Come on. What you got, huh?
Well, you would be so kind as to step forward.
I'm gonna step forward.
Yep, Rissix, as you step forward, the director will summon forth. It's fairly familiar in concept, one of the doorways through darkness, except this is not like the ones you've normally walked through. This is made entirely out of this weird, inky, globule, magic, spooky, not pleasant look. And instead of it just like staying there as a doorway, it seems to like start to spread around as if it's about to envelop you. Do you react?
I'm gonna stand up a little straighter, clench my jaw, just kind of daring it.
Okay. With that, it is going to just envelop you. It's gonna go all around you. Everybody from the outside, you literally just see like this sphere of darkness form around Rissix. There's nothing particularly of note that seems to be going on. Meanwhile, inside the sphere, Rissix, where were you when you were last whole?
The classroom.
And what was happening?
Lots of screaming. Doing the mom seatbelt thing. Right, but in front of some very small figures. Just saying it'll be okay over and over and over.
Now, if the darkness that would linger inside of, pre-nobody Rissix, if that were to take shape and form into a physical entity, what would that look like?
kind of like me, but smaller, more angular, like the proportions kind of stretched out and twisted. Very frail looking, but still kind of like where Rissix usually has her hair in like a kind of a half ponytail.
Mhm.
With this one, it's just kind of streaming loose, going out to smoke.
It's really cool.
Thank you.
No,
I watch a lot of horror movies.
No, I love this. So, this image, this being, you are currently reliving the classroom scene, except you probably don't recall this ever actually happening, but you see this being almost pull itself apart from you, splitting as if this is the physical representation of you falling to darkness. And the scene then fades entirely to black. You find yourself in just eternal darkness, falling perpetually, or just standing, and it feels as if the world and the universe is falling around you. Could you please roll for me? I believe it is called Push Through Stress.
Got a 5.
So,
What push through stress is just straight roll, or is it rolling
So
against?
the way Push Through Stress works is you get to roll with links. So I will allow you to choose which links you get to add to this. And the way rolling with links works is you don't add your stat, you add the number of links that you have in that. So if you chose light or dark or whatever. So what would be Rissix's like source of self, I guess, would be the easiest way to describe it. Like what aspect would Rissix pull on to push through this stress?
I think heart.
And how many heart links does Rissix currently have?
5.
I do vaguely recall that rolling with links caps at 4, but that's absolutely fine. So you get to add +4 to your roll.
Okay, so that's 9.
9. So you get to pick one. So the ones are, you can take one forward, so just +1 to your next roll. You may ask a question about this scene, or gain an advantageous position.
I want to ask.
Or one is also just succeed at what you're attempting. But
I want to ask a question.
please do.
Were they okay?
Yes.
Okay.
What you do see is you see this darkness pull from you, and the people you were protecting, the people you were helping, they were saved, they were helped, and the opposing force was driven away by this darkness of yours. And then there was a fairly uncomfortable scene as the darkness of Rissix would kind of look at and they were terrified, but the fear that they had seemed to upset and scare off the darkness, and that went somewhere. Now, here is a fun question. Where has that gone?
The forest.
Okay. I like that. I am very happy with that. I like where that is. So, as Rissix is having to push through this stress, I like to imagine that all the heart links that Rissix has will kind of light up and be little shining lights in the darkness for Rissix. And they would then create the scene illuminating where Rissix darkness currently is, being in this very deep, dark green forest, and just over, like, if you wanted to get one defining feature, you can see a small wooden shack. There seems to be two small children nearby. One who is wearing the most ostentatious, bright pink sweater, and one who seems to be wearing a little baseball cap. On the outside, so Ciri, Xylene, what you will have seen, you will have just seen this big globule of darkness that will have been just there, and this would have taken a little bit of time, not just like a few seconds, maybe like 30 seconds, give or take, before eventually the lights would kind of glow from inside of it, and it would just be like shredded apart. Rissix, how are you stood? What? Feel free to have total magical girl transformation sequence here, as you can stand and be here, having, you haven't defeated your darkness, but you are now separated from it. It no longer is connected to you in that way. So does that create a physical change? Or is it a mental change in your state of mind?
She's got less of the messy kind of half pulled up mom bun hair, and now it's back in a braid. Instead of just, basically like a hoodie and jeans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Yeah, let's go full magical girl. Not like a school girl uniform, but like, I'm thinking of those 1940s women's pants, the straight legged. Yeah, like that. Like a vest over a, kind of a light gray button up long sleeve shirt. Very much looking more business-like, very less like she just woke up and more like she's going somewhere.
See, the moment you said like magical girl, but instead of schoolgirl, I was like, so like teacher.
Yeah.
But and that's so. I can see exactly what you mean, and it's really, really cool. I'm very happy with that description. Do you have anything to say? Do you have an amusing quip, or are you just like, no, I'm done?
She's got some tears in her eyes. Just gonna sit back.
Has anything happened to your throne?
There's leaves growing on it now instead of just the wood.
I'm very happy with how all of that went. And thank you, Lauren, for that. That was that was really nice. Very. Now, Xylene, are you willing to do this introspection here in front of everybody like Rissix, or would you prefer to, much like Ciri, I want my private moment for that, please?
Oh, Ciri's just napping right now, by the way.
Seeing, because Rissix is visually crying in front of us, yes?
Just, it's that
like a
slow
tear.
that slow leak of tears where you're not really aware you're crying.
See, I believe in the 90s, this was marketed as the sexy man cry, like the single sexy man tear.
Okay, so Xylene's going to sort of like seeing Rissix back, not at first not really seeing any, paying attention, like you're here, but not really paying attention. I start to stand up as if I'm going to go next, and then I kind of look at Rissix and see how there's that, leakage, and I'm just gonna be like, nope, rather do this in private, and sit right back down.
Okay. And so that's fine. You can do it in private. You don't have to do this in the group. I mean, obviously, I would like if we could get all these scenes, but in character, yeah, it makes sense to go. Can I come back in like 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Siri, how long? Is it an actual nap, or is it like that? I'm napping.
Oh, it's definitely that. Oh yeah.
So, Rissix has done hers. Xylene's like, I might want to come back in a little bit because feelings. Does Siri have any desire to do this now, or is Siri also going to come back because feelings don't want to have them?
So, Siri will crack an eye open. Big giant cat stretch. Okay. And just...
Alright. So, same exact setup. Darkness, inky globule, awfulness. Kind of goes whoop, swallows. Where was Siri when Siri was last whole?
Siri was last whole. It was in a garden. Where they were calling out to this young girl. And it was like, so young girl, Siri, and this older, angry woman. It was almost like in between them, trying to look like be a mediator almost. They're saying, you have to understand, you're just two sides of the same, and
at that moment, what would the physical representation of Siri's darkness be?
It would just be it would just be these angry eyes and this like jagged crooked fanged smile of
So
like
it doesn't really even have a
almost
body,
a sneer.
just-
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, like a dismissive look with a sneer.
now, could you please roll push through stress?
Let's see. It's not great. What is it rolling with? Which links?
Whichever links Siri or you would use to essentially help you here. Like, what would be Siri's like source of power? So entirely your choice.
I mean, yeah, that would be light links, I think.
Okay. And so what does that give you?
That gives me a 7 with my +4.
7. You get to pick one.
Huh. I think it's going to be succeed at what you were attempting.
Yeah. Okay. So what you are attempting here is to push through the stress of breaking the link between your darkness, which, yes, you do succeed at. So Ciri is no longer tied to this darkness in any way, shape, or form. It is no longer a burden upon you. Now, where does that darkness go? Where has that wound up?
So all that can be seen is just darkness. Just absolute pitch blackness. And from the darkness, there is thus this, like, and a red glow of light appears.
Took me a second, but yes. Okay. Just like with Rissix, the darkness around you will slowly get destroyed by your light and the power of your friendships and connections and all of that. Has anything changed to Ciri with this?
The series kind of been like almost a little scrawny. They are very fat now. They are a very fat cat.
A chonk.
And when the darkness disappears, first a giant smile appears, and then the eyes, and then the rest of the cat, and then draw the rest of the cat.
That's wonderful. And has anything happened to their throne?
Instead of being made of cardboard, now it is actually made of like a living tree.
Ooh. Okay. I like that. That's pretty.
And like a sunbeam is just right at the perfect spot. Where's the sunlight come from? I don't know.
Well, through the stained glass windows.
Yeah, sure.
Now,
At
out
all
of curiosity,
times.
when the sunlight just hits it, there's a little flower bloom.
Oh no, it's right on the cushion, so it's you're
Right.
sitting in a perfect sunspot.
Even better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, obviously, Xylene, you seem to have made it, even if not verbally clear, it's like you would like to do this not in public because feelings. And the director, despite being ominous and kind of a dick about it, is at least respectful of people's boundaries and feelings and stuff. So isn't going to push anything there because I'm impressed. If I could feel, I would perhaps even say proud of the progress you have made in such a short time. Now, please go and get settled, and I will have the extra details of your coming missions. Thank you for your time, Rissix, Xylene. Not Xylene, you're still here. Still need you for a few minutes. Rissix,
Yep.
Ciri. Good job.
Hey, Ray 6.
Yeah. Hey, you look great.
Thank you. You're going to have to feed me twice as much now.
I'm
But
sure
I'm
you
extra
can.
soft. Belly.
I'm gonna pick up Ciri.
Do you rub the belly?
Yes, I rub the belly.
It was a trap! I like
Um,
mauling to make you feel
yeah.
better.
All right, let's wait outside. I'm gonna
So-
carry Ciri out.
Robot, come on!
Step up. 47 just goes, okay, master. Just plodding along, just happy to be there. Okay. Xylene, you are
Hey.
alone. You are alone in the room with the director. the thrones of Rissix, number 7, and Siri have disappeared. It's just the two of you. Director looks at you with their non-existent face and gestures an arm forward as if saying, "In your own time."
Yep, let's get this over with. I just didn't want them to see if anything weird goes down, so yeah.
All
And I'm
right.
just gonna sort of stand up and shrug.
Darkness. Whoomp. Where was Rissix when she was last whole?
Xylene?
I keep messing up names so hard
It's okay.
today. Where was Xylene when she was last whole?
Okay, so she was on a beach, running towards a silhouetted figure. You can kind of just see them in the distance, wearing one of those long, tailcoat jackets. And she and someone else is running toward the figure, and you can hear the figure in the distance shouting to turn back, get to safety. And the person with her immediately turns around. But Xylene just sort of feels frustration and anger she can do this. And it's just sort of swelling in her, and instead of turning back, she keeps running towards the figure.
Okay. At that point, the physical embodiment of Xylene's darkness. Well, what is this? How does it take shape and form?
So, I would imagine it to be a tall, almost stretched out figure with too many limbs. A few extra arms coming out, one from the shoulder, one from the side of the abdomen. And it seems to almost jerk back from her as if it can barely control its own movements. And where the head and face should be, instead, all you see is a dark scribble of lines, almost like somebody had taken a marker and covered the face.
We're all in some real dark shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, could
It's like no
Xylene-
one's happy when they fall to darkness or something.
What? What a twist.
No, it's almost as if a group of people who want to play a game which is entirely about making connections can somehow relate to inner darkness and problems. Wild.
Egad, what a twist.
Could Xylene, at this point, please roll push through stress for me?
Yeah. Okay, I am actually going to roll with my Dark Links because the frustration fuels.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled a 10, and I have 4 Dark Links.
Okay, so that's a super success with a 14. So you get to pick 2.
Yeah, I am just trying to see the list. Where's the thing?
Very
that
bottom of
says-
basic moves.
Yeah.
Very bottom of basic moves. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to say succeed at what she was attempting,
Mhm.
and gain an would that apply? Gain an advantageous position?
I believe so.
Ooh.
I believe that we could get some kind of advantage here. Okay. So see what you were doing, which was separating yourself from the darkness. So you do that, the darkness is no longer connected to you, you are no longer bound to it, it is no longer anything to do with you. Where has that darkness gone? Where has it escaped to after separating from you?
Could I potentially say that the advantageous position could be a little bit more of like a slightly clearer picture?
I mean, I would. Okay, so meta game knowledge here. Basically, me asking you where this is us deciding for next season the worlds we're going to go and visit. So you do know where it is, essentially.
Yeah. No, I do. I just.
The advantageous position. I mean, yes, in character you could get a more solid view. In my mind, what I was going to do is I was going to basically say like, hey, you have like +1 going forward fighting your own darkness, because you're like, no, I'm going to destroy you.
But take one forward is already an option.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is. Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, what do you think would be a good advantageous position to have? I mean, knowing exactly where it is could be better than just like a vague, ominous. We meta-wise know where it is, but in character it just kind of is there. You could, I don't know, maybe know its glowing weak point.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, could it be like a glowing weak point of a sort?
Okay, I like that. That's very video game. That's very. Okay, what do you believe the glowing weak point in this spindly, additional limbed, lumbering darkness monster is? Like, where is the glowing red spot?
I'm gonna say for just a brief moment, those scribbles, because I would imagine they're constantly moving, constantly shifting, but underneath you can see a bright, glowing red eye in the center, just for the briefest moment.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So, actually, all right. Feel free to say this is not what happens, but how you described that gave me ideas. Obviously, as you are pulling away from the dark, everyone else, they're using light and heart links. You know, they're beating the darkness with feelings. We're beating the darkness by punching it with aggression. In my mind, in the scene, because everyone else, you know, just had like, "Oh, light, help me! Kingdom Hearts is light." You're like, nah.
So much for the tolerant nobody. Call back.
I love the idea that Xylene fucking brawls with this darkness and the separation, and that would be like you're there, it's in your face, you're glaring, it's got this scribble, and you just get a glimpse of this giant red eye. At which point, I think Xylene would just headbutt it, just boom.
Yeah.
Fueled by all the hatred and anger and other darklings that Xylene has, can just nut this thing into oblivion. And I realized that has an entirely different connotation to anyone in English.
Nut.
Oh dear.
Sorry, it's a very English thing to go, I'll just nut it. Well, that's for the next podcast. That's, you know, After Dark, where it gets very. So, Xylene, where is your darkness? Where has it wound up?
This is gonna be super cheesy, but you see a glowing yellow moon hanging low in the sky, giant, and you see a spiraled hill.
This is good. I'm very happy about the worlds we get to go visit next season. Okay, so with that, unlike everyone else whose darkness got taken apart by light, I just love the idea that Xylene doesn't have to, like, Xylene doesn't need, like, the power of light and friendship. I just love the idea that Xylene just stands there and the darkness enveloping her just like, it can either be very aggressive and, like, explode off, or it can just, like, shrivel away because, like, nope, can't stay. Like, how do you break free of the darkness that has enveloped you to have this scene?
I feel like it's a sheer force of will, almost like swimming through this thick, viscous, tearing it apart, pushing myself out.
I like that. I am very happy with that. And of course, has there been any character design alterations to show that you have pushed through this darkness?
My hair is now the same color, that very bright, vibrant, almost blood red instead of the blue.
I like this. Everyone's getting a character design alteration. We've got it. This is so end of season. I dig this. I'm really happy, and I'm very happy that all of you have done such a wonderful job with this. So with that, the director will just not say a word, very silently nod, and you can tell director's proud of you. That's an impressive feat you just did. That's like, damn. And with that, I believe the door would open.
What about the throne?
and
What about
you
the
could
throne?
probably- Oh, throne. Yes, thank you, Capjack. I'm forgetful. Has there been any alterations to Xylene's throne?
You know what? I'm actually going to say that these sharp, thorny vines that are just as inky dark as the magic that the director was casting just kind of spiral up from the legs and onto the arms of the chair.
Okay.
Ah.
I like that a lot. Okay. So, with that, your throne will disappear with, like everyone else's. The doors will open so you can catch up with Brisix and Siri and HK47, of course. And I believe... okay. Obviously, you have to take the elevator back downstairs and go to your apartment complex and all that. Is there anything that anyone would like to say or do, or just would anyone like to play a part in painting the final scene for this season?
You good?
Yep. That was a little annoying, but I'm good.
Like the hair?
Thanks. Thanks.
Oh no!
What?
I left my cheesecake up there.
Season. Thank you, Jack. That's wonderful. All right. That was amazing. So, we
Credits.
Yep.
That's where it ends.
It's like
that
90s
moment,
freeze frame, just
well, you know, if it's
Oh,
Kingdom Hearts at that
you.
moment, some words start going up, and you know, it's like when you walk away. I can't do any more because we'll get copyright struck.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nerds of Dice is going to be taking a break throughout May because I think Teddy is doing like 1,012 things. So Nerds of Dice is going to take a little hiatus throughout May. It should be coming back in June, and we'll be returning then. A little bit of fun meta stuff for us. I know the game doesn't really do this because you're supposed to mark experience. Everyone get a level. Everyone
hey.
Ooh.
get that full level.
Ooh.
End of season level, we can get a new ability. We can come in because we just had a transformation sequence, so we've got that. We can, if people know what they would like to take, we can maybe quick fire that. Although I am aware we have just gone over time a little bit, so we should probably
That's fine.
consider wrapping up, and we'll figure that stuff out, and that can be a fun surprise when we come back. So, huge thank you to Nerds of Dice, huge thank you to Nerdy Teddy, And the hugest of thank yous to these three wonderful human beings who have done such a fantastic job. I know we had like quite a long stint of having to miss stuff because life is incredibly mean, and just this, that, and the other. And just regardless of all that, thank you for still coming together and making this whole thing happen. I've had so much fun. I'm very excited to pick up to season 2 and see if we can make these characters get happy endings, because that darkness was sad. We deserve happiness. So with that, Nerds of Dice is still on the lookout for summer season games. So if you have any game ideas that you would like to pitch, or if you would like to be on a game on the channel, please follow the Twitter at NerdsWDice for information on that, or you can also get it from the Discord, which should be in a link below, or in the chat. Explanation on Discord will get you that. I have been, and will continue to be the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, all as the Bardic Knock. Yeah, that's me. That's my outro. Capjack, who are you?
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. I am Capjack. Well, existential question after that beautiful, beautiful session. Again, I am Capjack. I've been playing the delightful Connected Playbooks series, the bastard cat friend, who will be taking the rewrite your link move advancement. So that'll be fun for the next season.
Nice.
New season, new upgrades. It'll be fun times. But yeah, you can find me, of course, here back in June on the Delightful Nerds with Dice. On Thursdays over on the Dumpstack Charisma channel at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, for some wild games of Among Us. Keep an eye out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CaptainJCross, for some future projects coming up, as well as streams. So yeah, that's me. And I have a Twitter. I haven't used it since last October, so it's just don't bother with my Twitter.
If that is everything, Kay, who are you?
Hi, I'm Kay, aka Undead Kay. Today I've been playing Xylene, our discarded lady who is very punchy. Even in the darkness, she's just like, no, I'm gonna headbutt my own darkness. Screw that. I don't know how I keep winding up with these characters. But anywho, yeah, you can find me over on my Twitter. My Twitter's mostly retweets of things or tabletop stuff when I remember that it exists. But you can check that out if you want. I also have my own Twitch channel, and hopefully I can get things sorted there. But yeah, I will be back here on Wednesdays playing with these wonderful people in June. So come back and see us.
And finally, Lauren, who have you been today, and who are you in general?
Well, I am Lauren, and today I have been Rissix, the mystic who just took the For Your Own Good move. So,
Nice.
Yeah, in addition to seeing me here back in June, continuing this game that I'm very, very excited about, you can see me on Sundays with my Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. Check out geeks.live at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. We are talking Falcon and Winter Soldier finale this week. Then we are going to be going into Jessica Jones season 3. And then we're going to be going into Loki. So, lots of good stuff there.
I'm so excited for Loki.
Oh my God, yes. Give me time crimes. I am also on Twitter at Sithwitch, SITHWITCH, where tonight you can see me rambling about wrestling and I post a lot of pictures of possums and of my cat Pike. What else? Oh, my professional stuff can all be found at my website, lwsalinas.com. So if you're looking for various audio dramas I've been in, audiobooks I've narrated, other podcasts and actual plays I've been on, just check that out. It badly needs an upgrade because it looks like an Angel Fire site from the 90s.
No.
I am
think
not
we're all-
good at website design.
Look, call it an aesthetic and pretend it's intentional. Okay, so I have seen the Kobold Press is currently live. So
Ooh, fun.
let's go and give them a raid, and that'll be how we wrap it up. So I'm gonna click that because I think, yeah. So give that a few seconds while we ramble, and I just go, team. That was so good. So
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
much
this
fun.
was
So
fantastic.
much fun.
Alright, we're going to click that raid. So thank you very much, everybody. And until next time, stay safe and happy adventures. Bye bye.
Young.
Bye.
Bye.